Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a look back at the lives and heartbreaking passings of famous individuals who made a lasting impact on the world, but were taken too soon due to complications related to HIV/AIDS. Behind the bright lights and glamorous stages are painful stories and losses that shocked the world. This isn't just a tribute, it's also a reminder of how fragile life can be, and the importance of raising awareness about this global disease. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Ricky Wilson, the vibrant spirit of the B-52s, silenced by complications from HIV/AIDS. Ricky Wilson was more than just a musician. He was the creative force behind the infectious, offbeat energy that defined the B-52s, one of the most unique and beloved bands of the late 20th century. Born on March 19, 1953, Wilson grew up with a passion for music and an instinct for innovation, crafting a signature guitar style that was both minimalist and mesmerizing. His unconventional tuning and rhythmic strumming gave the band its unmistakable sound, blending elements of new wave, surf rock, and punk into something entirely original. With hits like Rock Lobster and Private Idaho, the B-52s burst onto the scene in the late 1970s, bringing their quirky aesthetic, campy fun, and danceable beats to audiences worldwide. Despite his growing success, Wilson remained a deeply private individual, especially when it came to his personal life. As an openly gay man in an era when homophobia was rampant, he avoided the spotlight outside of his music. Even within his own band, he rarely spoke about his health struggles. In the early 1980s, as the AIDS crisis loomed over the LGBTQ+ community, Wilson silently battled the disease that was devastating countless lives. He chose not to disclose his diagnosis, even to many of his closest friends and bandmates, carrying the burden alone while continuing to pour his soul into his music. Tragically, on October 12, 1985, Ricky Wilson passed away at just 32 years old due to complications from HIV/AIDS. His sudden and unexpected death shocked those around him, as many had not even been aware of his illness. His passing left an irreplaceable void, not only within the B-52s, but also in the world of music, where his artistry had been a beacon of creativity and joy. At a time when AIDS was still shrouded in stigma and fear, Wilson's death was yet another heartbreaking reminder of the toll the epidemic was taking on the artistic community, cutting short the lives of brilliant talents far too soon. Though Ricky Wilson's life was tragically short, his influence continues to resonate. The B-52s have carried on, honoring his legacy with every performance, while his groundbreaking guitar style remains an inspiration for generations of musicians. As awareness of HIV/AIDS and LGBTQ+ rights has grown over the years, Wilson's impact has only become more meaningful, a testament to both the struggles and triumphs of an artist who helped shape the sound of an era. His music, spirit, and legacy live on, ensuring that Ricky Wilson will never be forgotten. What are your favorite memories of his work? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Wayland Flowers, the trailblazing puppeteer and comedic genius. Silenced by AIDS-related complications. Wayland Flowers was more than just a comedian or puppeteer. He was a groundbreaking entertainer who shattered conventions, elevating puppetry to an art form that was sharp, bold, and outrageously funny. Born on November 26, 1939, Flowers became best known for his razor-tongued, flamboyant puppet creation, Madam, an eccentric, quick-witted, and delightfully scandalous elderly socialite. With his unmatched comedic timing and exceptional puppetry skills, Flowers didn't just entertain audiences. He challenged societal norms, pushing the boundaries of humor, gender, and self-expression throughout the 1970s and 1980s. His performances, infused with biting satire and fearless wit, made him a fixture in American entertainment, securing his place as one of the most distinctive and beloved figures in the industry. As one of the few openly gay entertainers in an era rife with stigma, Wayland Flowers was a trailblazer, unapologetically authentic at a time when many remained silent. Through his work, particularly the persona of Madame, he cleverly injected social commentary into his comedy, helping pave the way for greater LGBTQ+ representation in mainstream media. Often appearing on hit television shows like Hollywood Squares and Solid Gold, Flowers and Madame became pop culture sensations, their acerbic humor delighting audiences while subtly challenging rigid societal norms. Though he performed through his puppet, Flowers' vibrant personality and fearless confidence made him a standout talent, inspiring countless artists who followed. However, behind the laughter and applause, Flowers was fighting a private battle against the HIV/AIDS epidemic, which was devastating the LGBTQ+ community during the 1980s. Despite his declining health, he continued to perform for as long as he could, determined to bring joy to audiences. Tragically, on October 11, 1988, Wayland Flowers passed away at the age of 48 due to complications related to AIDS. His untimely death was a heartbreaking loss, not only for the entertainment world, but also as a somber reminder of the countless artists and talents cut down by the epidemic before the world fully grasped its magnitude. Though Wayland Flowers' life was short, his legacy continues to resonate. He revolutionized puppetry, turning it into a sharp, culturally rich form of entertainment. His iconic character, Madame, remains one of the most hilarious and bold puppets in television history. More importantly, Flowers paved the way for LGBTQ+ artists in the entertainment industry, courageously living his truth and breaking down rigid stereotypes. Though he is gone, the laughter he brought and his trailblazing spirit live on. What impresses you most about Wayland Flowers and Madame? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Eazy-E, the godfather of gangsta rap and his tragic death from AIDS-related complications. Eric Lynn Wright, better known as Eazy-E, was more than just a rapper. He was a cultural icon who helped shape an entire genre. As the founding member of the legendary rap group NWA, Eazy-E played a pivotal role in introducing gangsta rap to mainstream audiences, offering an unfiltered glimpse into the harsh realities of life in Compton. With his raw delivery, rebellious persona, and sharp business sense, he quickly rose to become one of the most influential figures in hip-hop during the late 80s and early 90s. But behind the spotlight and the fame, Eazy-E's life would come to a shocking and untimely end. In February 1995, Eazy-E was hospitalized with what initially seemed to be asthma-related symptoms. Just weeks later, he stunned fans and the media by announcing that he had been diagnosed with HIV, a revelation that carried a heavy stigma at the time. Less than a month after his diagnosis became public, Eazy-E passed away from AIDS-related complications at just 30 years old. His sudden death sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world and sparked a deeper awareness of the AIDS epidemic, particularly within the Black community and among young people across America. Eazy-E's death was an irreplaceable loss to contemporary music. Many fans, fellow artists, even those who had feuded with him like Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, publicly mourned his passing and acknowledged his immense contributions to hip-hop culture. Though he was often criticized for promoting violent and controversial lyrics, Eazy-E was undeniably a pioneer who gave a voice to the voiceless and shined a light on life in neglected urban neighborhoods. His passing served as a wake-up call, challenging the stigma surrounding HIV/AIDS and encouraging more open conversations about the disease. Nearly 3 decades after Eazy-E's passing, his name and legacy still resonate. Many young artists continue to be influenced by his uncompromising style and spirit. His story also serves as a reminder of life's fragility and the importance of awareness and prevention when it comes to HIV/AIDS. Eazy-E wasn't just the godfather of gangsta rap. He became a symbol of caution for all of us. How do you think his legacy has shaped music today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Renato Russo, the voice of Brazilian rock and his silent battle with the disease of the century. Renato Russo, born Renato Manfredini Jr., remains one of the most influential artists in the history of Brazilian music. As the lead singer and frontman of the iconic rock band Legião Urbana, he captivated audiences not just with his powerful vocals, but also with his deep, poetic lyrics that reflected the social and political unrest of his time. Renato was more than just a singer. He was the voice of a generation of youth searching for identity, freedom, and meaning during Brazil's turbulent 1980s and early 1990s. His relentless creativity and soulful expression left a permanent mark on the hearts of fans across the country. Yet behind the stage lights and roaring applause, Renato Russo faced a silent battle, a personal war against HIV/AIDS. It's believed that he contracted the virus in the late 1980s, but he kept his health condition private for years. Throughout that time, he continued to write, record, and perform with an unmatched passion, as if each song was a personal message wrapped in melody. Behind the scenes, he was fragile and alone, yet fiercely resilient in the face of a disease that was slowly taking its toll on his body. Renato Russo passed away on October 11, 1996, at the age of 36, due to complications related to AIDS. His death sent shockwaves through Brazil, leaving the nation grieving the loss of a brilliant artist taken far too soon. For many, his passing wasn't just a personal loss. It was a wake-up call about the devastating reality of HIV/AIDS. At a time when stigma and misinformation were still widespread, Renato's death forced society to confront the truth about the epidemic. He carried the burden of his illness quietly, but in death, his silence spoke volumes. Nearly 3 decades after his passing, Renato Russo's music and legacy continue to live on in the hearts of fans. Songs like Tempo Perdido, Pais e Filhos, and Há Tempos are not just classic hits, but deeply personal reflections on life, time, and the human experience. Renato was more than just an artist. He was a symbol of passion, introspection, and raw honesty. His life story serves as a reminder of fate's fragility and the dangers of silence when confronting HIV/AIDS. Though he left us quietly, his voice still echoes through generations. What impact do you think Renato Russo's music has had on Brazilian rock and beyond? Let us know in the comments. Paul Shenar, a brilliant talent lost to AIDS-related complications. And drug lord Alejandro Sosa, exuding a chilling mix of intelligence and menace. Beyond Scarface, Shenar showcased his versatility in numerous television projects and theatrical performances, proving himself as a compelling actor with an undeniable screen presence. While he never reached the superstardom of some of his contemporaries, his contributions to the entertainment industry remain invaluable. Throughout his career, Shenar was admired for his dedication to his craft. He was known as a serious, hard-working performer who fully immersed himself in every role he took on. His resonant voice and refined acting style made him the perfect fit for a wide range of characters, from ruthless villains to historically significant figures. Yet, Despite his professional success, he remained a private individual, rarely seeking the spotlight outside of his work. This reserved nature meant that many were unaware of the personal struggles he faced behind the scenes, particularly when it came to his health. As the 1980s progressed, Shinar faced a devastating reality. He was diagnosed with HIV/AIDS at a time when the disease was still heavily stigmatized. The entertainment industry, like much of society, struggled with misconceptions and fear surrounding the illness, forcing many to suffer in silence. Shinar, like countless others, endured his battle with AIDS privately, all while witnessing the heartbreaking loss of fellow artists to the epidemic. By the late 1980s, his health deteriorated rapidly, forcing him to step away from acting. On October 11, 1989, at the age of 53, Paul Shinar passed away at his home in West Hollywood, California, due to complications related to AIDS. His untimely passing was yet another painful reminder of the immense toll the disease had taken on the artistic community. Although he is no longer with us, Paul Shinar's legacy endures through his unforgettable performances. His portrayal of Alejandro Sosa remains one of the most memorable villainous roles of the 1980s, while his broader body of work continues to be appreciated by film and theater enthusiasts. His passing also serves as a poignant reminder of the devastating impact of the AIDS crisis, which claimed the lives of so many gifted individuals before effective treatments were available. Today, as awareness and medical advancements continue to improve the lives of those living with HIV, Shinar's story stands as both a tribute to his talent and a call to remember those who were lost too soon. Howard Rollins, a brilliant actor, gone too soon due to AIDS-related complications. Howard Rollins was a gifted actor whose talent, charisma, and commanding screen presence earned him both critical acclaim and audience admiration. Born on October 17, 1950, in Baltimore, Maryland, Rollins discovered his love for acting early in life and pursued his passion with relentless dedication. He gained widespread recognition for his role in Ragtime, 1981, a performance that earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. His ability to bring depth and nuance to his characters made him a sought-after performer in both film and television. Later, he became a household name through his portrayal of Detective Virgil Tibbs in the television adaptation of In the Heat of the Night, where he showcased his powerful acting skills alongside Carol O'Connor. Despite his undeniable talent, Rollins faced numerous personal struggles throughout his career. His battles with addiction and legal issues often overshadowed his professional achievements, leading to tensions with producers and, ultimately, his departure from In the Heat of the Night. Though he attempted to rebuild his career, the challenges he faced took a toll on his health. In the mid-1990s, Rollins withdrew from the public eye, and concerns about his well-being grew among his fans and colleagues. Unbeknownst to many, he was fighting a silent battle against HIV/AIDS, a disease that had already claimed the lives of many talented artists before him. By the time Rollins's illness became public knowledge, his health had significantly deteriorated. The disease ravaged his body, and he struggled with complications that weakened him in his final months. On December 8, 1996, at the age of 46, Howard Rollins passed away in New York City due to AIDS-related complications. His death was a devastating loss to the entertainment industry, as he was an actor whose potential remained largely unfulfilled. His passing also highlighted the ongoing crisis of HIV/AIDS, a disease that disproportionately affected many in the arts and entertainment community. Though his life was tragically cut short, Howard Rollins left behind a legacy of powerful performances that continue to inspire audiences today. His work in Ragtime and In the Heat of the Night remains a testament to his immense talent and dedication to his craft. His story serves as both a celebration of his achievements and a reminder of the devastating impact of the AIDS epidemic. Today, as society continues to make strides in HIV/AIDS treatment and awareness, Rawlins's life and career stand as a poignant reflection of a brilliant artist lost too soon. Bayard Rustin, pioneering civil rights activist, passes away due to complications from HIV/AIDS. Bayard Rustin was one of the greatest architects of the American civil rights movement, dedicating his life to justice, peace, and equality for all. Born on March 17, 1912, Rustin was a brilliant organizer, a master strategist, and a powerful source of inspiration for generations of activists. He was the key figure behind the 1963 March on Washington, a historic event where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. However, as an openly gay man in a time of widespread prejudice, Rustin was often sidelined and denied the recognition he truly deserved. Despite this, he never allowed obstacles to deter him. Rustin worked tirelessly to advance human rights movements worldwide, from fighting racial segregation in South Africa to advocating for political reform in Haiti. Deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhi, he championed nonviolent resistance as a powerful tool for societal change. In his later years, he became an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, emphasizing the undeniable parallels between the struggles for racial justice and those for sexual identity and freedom. Tragically, his extraordinary life of activism was cut short by an illness that, at the time, was heavily stigmatized and widely misunderstood. On August 24, 1987, Bayard Rustin passed away due to complications from HIV/AIDS. His death was a tremendous loss, not only to those who had fought alongside him, but also to everyone who believed in freedom and equality. In the 1980s, as the AIDS epidemic swept through communities amid fear and discrimination, Rustin's passing highlighted the injustices that many LGBTQ+ individuals faced. Nevertheless, Bayard Rustin's legacy has not been forgotten. In the decades that followed, his contributions to the civil rights movement have been increasingly recognized and honored. In 2013, President Barack Obama posthumously awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. Today, his name is celebrated in movements for equality, remembered in history books, and cherished by those who continue to fight for justice. Though Rustin is no longer with us, his ideas and fearless activism continue to inspire generations. What do you think his legacy means for society today? Share your thoughts in the comments. Robert Reed. From television's iconic father to a silent battle with AIDS. For decades, Robert Reed was a familiar face on television, beloved by millions for his role as the ideal father, Mike Brady, on the classic family sitcom The Brady Bunch. Born on October 19, 1932, Reed was a highly trained actor with a strong theatrical background, having studied at Northwestern University and the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London. Though The Brady Bunch made him a household name, he showcased his versatility in numerous television and stage productions throughout his career. However, behind the image of the warm and wise father figure was a man grappling with deep personal struggles, forced to conceal his true identity in an era when openness could mean the end of a career. Although he never publicly acknowledged his sexuality during his lifetime, those close to Reed knew that he struggled with maintaining a public persona that did not reflect his reality. This internal conflict contributed to his occasional frustration with the role of Mike Brady, a character he felt was overly idealized and lacked depth. Despite his artistic differences with the show, Reed deeply cared for the young cast of The Brady Bunch, becoming a mentor and lifelong friend to many of them, even after the series ended. Tragically, Robert Reed's life was cut short by a disease that carried heavy stigma at the time. On May 12, 1992, he passed away due to complications related to HIV/AIDS, a fact that only became public after his death. His official death certificate listed colon cancer as the primary cause, but his doctor later confirmed that AIDS had severely weakened his immune system, making it impossible for his body to fight the illness. His passing was not only a loss to those who cherished the Brady Bunch, but also a sobering reminder of the silence and fear that many in his generation endured when facing the AIDS epidemic. However, Robert Reed's legacy continues to live on. For millions of fans, he remains the warm, compassionate father figure on screen, delivering heartfelt life lessons to generations of viewers. For the LGBTQ+ community, his story serves as a reminder of the struggles faced by gay actors in Hollywood and the ongoing fight for equality and acceptance. Though his life was marked by secrecy and personal struggles, Reed left an undeniable impact, and his memory endures in the hearts of those who appreciate his talent and contributions. Do you have any favorite memories of Robert Reed's performances? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Fela Kuti, the musical revolutionary and political warrior, lost to AIDS-related complications. Fela Kuti was more than just a musician. He was a revolutionary, a fearless activist, and the mastermind behind Afrobeat, a genre that blended jazz, funk, and traditional African rhythms with powerful political messages. Born on October 15, 1938, in Nigeria, Fela used his music as a weapon against oppression, corruption, and authoritarian rule. His songs, such as Zombie, Water No Get Enemy, and Coffin for Head of State, were unapologetic critiques of Nigeria's military government, making him both a hero to the people and a constant target of state violence. His music was not just entertainment. It was a form of resistance, a call to arms, and an uncompromising voice for the voiceless. As an artist who refused to be silenced, Fela Kuti lived boldly and without fear, despite facing constant persecution. He was arrested, beaten, and imprisoned numerous times, but his defiance never wavered. His home, the Kalakuta Republic, served as a haven for musicians, political thinkers, and activists, a symbol of his fight for freedom and justice. Fela's flamboyant lifestyle, including his polygamous marriage to 27 wives and his public denunciation of government corruption, made him a controversial yet legendary figure. However, his relentless lifestyle also took a toll on his health, exposing him to the risks that would ultimately claim his life. By the 1990s, Fela's health had begun to deteriorate, but he rejected modern medical treatment, staying true to his deep distrust of Western institutions. On August 2, 1997, he passed away due to complications related to HIV/AIDS, leaving an irreplaceable void in both the music industry and Africa's socio-political landscape. His death sent shockwaves through Nigeria and beyond, sparking debates about HIV/AIDS awareness and treatment in Africa, a region heavily impacted by the epidemic but often hindered by stigma and misinformation. For many, it was difficult to accept that a man as resilient and seemingly indestructible as Fela Kuti had fallen to the disease. Though Fela Kuti is no longer with us, his legacy lives on. Afrobeat continues to thrive worldwide, inspiring generations of artists from Nigeria to the US, from Europe to South America. His powerful messages remain just as relevant today, as many nations still struggle with injustice, corruption, and oppression. Annual celebrations like Felabration keep his memory alive, honoring a man who lived and died for his beliefs. Fela Kuti wasn't just a great musician. He was an enduring symbol of freedom, and the fight for change. How has Fela's music or message influenced you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Liberace, the glittering stardom and tragic end of a piano legend. Liberace, one of the greatest entertainers of the 20th century, captivated audiences worldwide, not only with his virtuosic piano skills, but also with his extravagant, larger-than-life persona. Dressed in dazzling outfits, adorned with fur capes and enormous diamond rings, he transformed every performance into a visual spectacle. However, behind the bright stage lights and flamboyant charm lay a private life filled with secrets and struggles that the public never truly saw. Throughout his decades-long career, Liberace vehemently denied rumors about his sexuality, even suing tabloids that suggested he was gay. He carefully curated an image of a charming bachelor devoted to his craft. But, in reality, he lived a double life, one that required him to suppress his true self in the face of immense societal pressure. The emotional toll of maintaining this facade was something few understood, and it painted a stark contrast between the joyful performer on stage and the man behind the scenes. By 1986, his health had begun to decline drastically, yet Liberace and those close to him worked tirelessly to keep the truth hidden. As speculation about his condition grew, many refused to believe that the once vibrant showman was gravely ill. It wasn't until his passing in February 1987 that the world learned the devastating truth. Liberace had succumbed to complications related to HIV/AIDS. His death sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and forced the public to confront the harsh realities of the epidemic that was ravaging lives during the 1980s. Liberace's legacy remains one of unparalleled musical talent, showmanship, and the price of fame. He paved the way for bold, unapologetic performance styles that continue to inspire art. And that brings us to the end of our look back at these talented lives lost to complications from HIV/AIDS. Their stories are not just moments of sadness, but reminders of life's fragility and the importance of awareness surrounding this disease. Hopefully, these stories inspire us to appreciate what we have and spread compassion to those affected. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.